One of the most anticipated movies of the entire year so far is being released this week during the Thanksgiving holiday. So the big question is this movie worth checking out before it hits Disney Plus next month? Let's find out in the review. Welcome back, film fans. This is Let's Be Real Brad. Today on the channel, I want to talk about the brand new computer animated comedy drama film called Encanto. Encanto is directed by Byron Howard and Jared Bush, co-directed by Charisse Castro-Smith. This film is about a young Colombian girl who has to face a frustration of being the only member of her family without magical powers. Encanto is a movie that I have been very excited about ever since it was announced at the December Disney investor meeting, and this movie just had everything to be so great. Added to the fact that the other Disney animated movie that released earlier this year in March, Raya and the Last Dragon, was such a great movie, and it was very different from the other average Disney animated movies we have gotten in the past. I was very excited to check out this one. After being able to see the movie, I have to say that this was another hit by Walt Disney Animation Studios because this movie was great. I'm going to be giving you guys a short movie review on this because there isn't a whole lot to say about this movie that I want you to be able to feel while you're at the cinema. So let's just get right into my positives first, and we're going to start with the voice acting. I thought everyone did a great job in the voice acting, as everyone just felt like that they were playing these characters and they all felt very professional. And I didn't get lost into the fact that these are celebrity people voicing these characters, as many of them are traditional voice actors, and that's why this movie worked so well. I enjoyed this story so much as it felt very different than the traditional Disney animated film, as it didn't have many of the formulaic and traditional things that we'd come to expect in a Disney film. As the movie was going along, I didn't know what the story was about, and I felt very surprised and shocked to see where it went, and I thought it was the best story they could come up with this movie, because essentially this movie is very simple, straight to the point, but it has this magical, beautiful, and lighthearted approach to it. What I love so much about this story is that because it's so simple, this movie is so effective in what its message is, and it's able to have so many great and memorable characters in this movie that I enjoyed, I understood, and I wanted to see what happened with these characters, especially with our main character, Maribel. Another great aspect about this movie is the music. The original score is fantastic in this movie, as it fit every single scene, as most Disney movies would, but I thought in this movie it worked so incredibly well. I thought the animation was really good in this movie. It is not some of the best I have seen from Walt Disney Animation Studios, but it is still great with a lower budget than most of the big Disney movies we have seen, but I thought it was able to be such a great looking animated film with beautiful color palette, great character designs, and I just love the world and the atmosphere, as I felt like I was a part of this movie. And my last positive with this movie is the themes and messages. I think everybody who watches this movie is going to get a different message out of it, but that's a great thing because that is what Disney, Pixar, and even sometimes DreamWorks are so good at doing in their animated films that are made for families, because families are the ones watching these movies, and I feel like this movie is able to showcase what it means to be a family and about accepting one another. Let's dive into my few negatives that I do have with this movie, starting with the first 10 to 15 minutes. I thought the first 10 to 15 minutes of this movie were quite cheesy, generic, formulaic, everything that you would come to expect from another Disney animated film. It just felt like I have seen this before. Looking back on it though, it does make more sense as you have seen the movie. You understand why the tone and the feeling of this has to be this way, but it just didn't get me into the movie at all, and I was getting a little nervous that this might be just an okay Disney animated film, and I was just waiting for this movie to get going. And my last negative with this movie is the cheesiness. This movie in particular feels very, very cheesy, and I think a lot of people are not going to mind this at all, especially a lot of the families who are coming to see this movie and are enjoying the story and the characters, because all of it's great. I just wish this movie was way less surface level, as this movie just felt so sanitized and so many aspects of this movie. But there is one great flashback scene in this movie that was quite dark and very emotional, and it did make me cry while watching it, so I'll give it that. Overall, guys, Encanto is the feel-good Disney animated family movie that we have all needed during the Thanksgiving holiday, as I think you should definitely go out of your way and go see this movie at your local cinema, because this movie was great with memorable characters, great music, a great message, and just being so simple and easy to watch. I am giving Encanto a strong 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for checking out my review, and I want to know down below in the comments section, what are your favorite Disney animated movies that have come out from the year 2000 all the way to today? But before you check out this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a like if you want to, and ring that notification bell so I can see you all in the following video.